I started off the summer with quite a strong idea of what I wanted to do, but actually about a week before the application when we had to submit our proposal, I completely changed my mind. And I think that was partly because I'd been thinking about it for a while and realised what was actually realistic and achievable. So I would suggest having a think about it early on, but if you do change your mind, don't worry about it. Like, it's worked out absolutely fine for me. And I was really lucky with the tutor I got. He gave me loads of really good advice. One thing I'd recommend when you're doing your interviews is, dissertation, is think about things like contacting the archivist before you go, because they can give you loads of really helpful tips about what they've got that's related to your topic and how to go about actually going to an archive and sorting through different materials.
Cool. So with my dissertation, I started really early in terms of thinking about what I wanted to do. So I had a good think about it at the end of second year, and I'd read quite a lot of articles with my group project that seemed quite interesting and different, and I really wanted to do something quite original because I thought that would obviously get me higher marks and also just be more interesting in general. So I found something that seemed really original with my reading and kind of checked it out with a tutor that I knew quite well from second year, and he thought it was a good idea. So from there, over the summer, I had an internship, and at the same time I forced myself to read like 2 or 3 articles a week just so I was keeping on top of it. Even if it was just like short things at the weekend, I'd make sure I'd done something. So then by the time I came back to uni, I had quite a good idea of what I was doing and was kind of getting together like bits so that I could easily do my proposal. Throughout the year, you have to keep on top of it in terms of, even if you do like 1 or 2 readings a week alongside the rest of your work, it's really important to do that throughout the Christmas term so that by the time it comes to presentations, you can kind of have a vague lit review ready and things like that. It just really helps you get ahead. Then with archives, obviously primary research is really important, and I found archives quite scary to go to before I'd actually gone. But I found once I went, like, emailing in advance and talking to the archivists was so helpful because they're actually really willing to give you loads of different advice. So I think I'd say definitely like make sure you talk to different archivists and find out exactly what is best for your dissertation.
So with my dissertation, I always knew it was something that kind of everyone says you start thinking about early. And over the summer I had ideas on what I might do it on, but I think when it came to September there's about 4 or 5 different thoughts swimming around in my head. So I think the main thing over the summer is not to panic if you don't have anything. If you choose something great, go for it. But equally just kind of have an open mind, think of a few different things you could go down. Then when it comes to September, that's when you need to kind of narrow it down, pick your topics, and obviously you have your initial ideas for whatever it's called, the dissertation proposal which you hand in, and then you're given your specific tutor, and it's obviously important to get a tutor which matches with what you're interested in. But definitely, broad mind for the summer, focus in September, and then from there, as I'm sure other people have been saying, the real thing is just try and keep on top of it. The way third year is weighted in terms of units, forgetting about the dissertation, half the units are in the first half of the year, the other half in the second half of the year, and then dissertation is 40 credits on top of that. Of course, if you leave your dissertation until the end, you're suddenly finding the second half of the year it's got way more work. So really try, in theory, to do half the dissertation amount of reading and research before Christmas. It's definitely tough and there's no kind of fixed deadlines, but really try and be ruthless and give yourself those kind of weekly deadlines, or try to do reading each week. And that'll mean the whole process becomes much more easy by the time it comes to the writing. And you're not left in a situation where in the final week before dissertation you're thinking, it's the biggest bit of work I've ever done, and I'm writing it all in the last week, as I know many people may have felt. Other than that as well, do choose something you're interested in. I'm sure again you've heard this already, but it's something you'll spend so much time working on. You want at least an initial interest in it before you really start grinding months and months of work into it.